Asuka, the energetic and strong mother. Yamato, the younger brother who's always in his own little world. Follow us as we karate kick all your daily frustrations away. Asuka's Revenge.
My name is Kotsumi. I'm 27 years old, and I'm just an ordinary office worker at a company in Tokyo.
Kotomi, how about we have dinner somewhere on our way home today?
Sounds great. I think I'll be done early today, so it should be fine. The person on the phone is my boyfriend, Kenji. We've been dating for 2 years, and he works for a big company that everyone knows. Before we started dating, he was an existence above the clouds. I met him at a blind date thrown by a friend.
I'm Kenji. It's nice to meet you.
And I'm Kotsumi. It's nice to meet you too. To be honest, it was love at first sight, but from my point of view, he was a super elite guy. I thought that he had no interest in me, but surprisingly, it was Kenji who approached me.
Kotomi, wasn't it? What do you do on your days off?
Huh? Oh, me? Nothing particular really. I have no interest, so I stay at home and watch movies.
Well, I'm not too dissimilar from that either.
That conversation brought us closer and we exchanged contact information. Gradually, as we went on more dates, I became more and more attracted to him, and then he...
Kotomi, will you go out with me?
Are you sure you're okay with it being me?
What are you talking about? I want you, Kotomi.
I'm so happy. Thank you so much for having me too. 2 years have passed since then. Our relationship is going very well, and I'm considering marrying him in the future.
The other day, I can't get into too much detail, but I succeeded a pretty big project.
Wow, is that so? Well done.
Thanks. So, I might be a little busy again, but after that, I think things will settle down. So, do you want to get married then?
Yeah, I'm so happy. It wasn't a formal proposal yet, but it made me so happy to hear him say those words to me. But a few months after that conversation...
Kotomi, sorry. Can we meet up now?
What? I mean, yeah, I can. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I can't really say over the phone.
Oh, okay. His strange mood made me feel a little concerned. Then I went to the designated cafe. Sorry to keep you.
I'm sorry to call you here so suddenly.
Oh no, I don't mind that, but what's going on?
Well...
He started talking like it was really difficult for him to bring it up.
Well, actually, I got fired from my job.
What? I couldn't help but yell out at the unexpected story, gasp, and cover my mouth. When you mean fired? Why? Why would that happen? You said the other day that you had a successful new project and that it was going to get busy for you.
Yeah, I know that. But after that, another company came along that offered better terms, so they switched to them, and my plan was scrapped. And I had to take the blame for that.
What is that? Taking something away like that?
I can't help it. That's what business is all about.
Can't believe it. I knew how hard he was working, so it broke my heart.
So, because of that...
Huh? Kenji continued even more.
Well, I'm really sorry, but I also want to put the marriage on hold.
Huh? To my surprise, the engagement was also called off. Hang on a minute. I know it's hard, of course, but that doesn't mean you have to go back to a clean slate. I'm still going to continue my job, and you know I don't need a ring.
Well, yes, I know, but I just can't be in the mood for it, you know?
You can't. I was looking forward to marrying him, so that decision came as quite a shock. Let's just go to Hello Work or something. I'll go with you if you want.
Okay, you're right. But I'm sorry. I just don't have the capacity to think about looking for the next job right now.
Of course. But isn't that it? If you're resigning on the company's accord, you can apply for benefits or something and get them right away, no? Let's ask about stuff like that too.
Thanks. You seem to know a lot.
Well, yeah. I've had friends who went through the same thing, and I looked into it once myself too.
I see.
Even when I spoke cheerfully to him, his tone was very dark. I tried to cheer him up somehow, and I used all the knowledge I had to carefully explain to him how to get allowances. So, I think you can get a certificate like that from the company, so if you get it and show it at the reception or something, you can probably apply for it. I'll go over and research one more time, okay? It's not like this is the end of your world. It'll be fine. Cheer up, and let's just go for it. I tried my best to speak cheerfully to him then.
Thanks for explaining so clearly. I'm tired now, so I'll leave for today. Thanks. I called you into this place, so I'll pay for it.
I don't mind that. For now, anyway, just think about yourself.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Then we both went to the cash register, paid our respective bills, and separated in front of the shop. We both headed home. I'm so surprised to hear that he got restructured when he used to talk so cheerfully about his work. I wonder if Kenji is alright. To be honest, the company I work for is not even close to the company Kenji works for, and this is a chronic shortage of workers, and not to mention restructuring. It's not something that happens very often, but it's different when it's a big company, I suppose. With this sincere feeling in my mind, I went home. Anyway, I was a little disoriented that day too, so I decided to get some rest. But then, a few days later, I was summoned by Kenji once again. What's up? Have you got another job?
Well, sit down first.
Huh? Kenji urged me to take a seat, then...
I'm so sorry. Kotomi, I'm sorry, but I want to break up with you.
Wow, he's breaking up with me? Why? What's the reason? Is it because you got fired from your job? You know I don't care about that, right? Just work hard again from now. And then Kenji said...
Well, actually, I lied about being fired.
What? A lie? I didn't get it. What does he mean to lie about being fired? I'm sorry, the fact you weren't fired, what's that supposed to mean? Do you mean maybe that you were rehired again?
No.
Then what? Kenji then utters a shocking statement.
I wasn't fired in the first place. It was a lie to test you, Kotomi.
To test me?
Yeah, that's right. As you know, I'm working for a prestigious company and making a good income, right? That's why I thought you might be planning to marry me for the money.
No, of course not. I fell in love with your humanity and wanted to marry you.
Ah, I understand that well now.
So you're saying that you tricked me in order to do that? I can't believe it. Do you know how worried I was? I was angry, but at the same time I had questions. As a result, it turned out to be a lie, but even after Kenji's restructuring statement, I didn't choose to part ways with him, and I gave him a lot of friendly advice. I'm supposed to have cleared this marrying for money test, but he still wants to break up with me? I find myself contradicting myself, and my head becomes confused. Why do you want to break up? I really wanted to marry you, Kenji, even if you left your current company. Then?
You were so knowledgeable about hello work and applying for unemployment benefits that I was a little scared, Kotomi. I was wondering if you might be unemployed right now or something.
What?
Well, if you worked in a normal job, you wouldn't need to know that sort of information. But with you, Kotomi, you were giving more and more information, and I thought it was a little suspicious.
What's with that? I went through all the trouble of being accommodating and giving you advice, and now you're suspicious of it? What's that supposed to mean? And what do you mean I must be unemployed? You're going to doubt me on that? Kenji's thought process gave me the creeps.
Then how do you know all that?
Well, I quit my job once and had to change jobs, but there was a short gap at the time and I needed to go through all that stuff, so I looked it up at that time. Then Kenji said,
Oh, I knew you had to change jobs. Changing jobs. That's what losers do.
Loser? Why would just changing jobs make me a loser?
Because you obviously didn't give results at the first company you joined, so you changed workplaces in search of your next lodging tree, right? That's exactly what losers do.
Ugh! I'm appalled! I can't believe he had such a prejudice against changing jobs in this day and age. It's true that I changed jobs, but that's because I heard that the company I originally worked for was being absorbed and reorganized, and that I'd be transferred to a ridiculously distant location. So I took the plunge and changed careers. I didn't mean to hide it, but I didn't really have a moment to tell him about it, so I didn't. To be honest, though, I could only be appalled by his way of thinking, and at the same time, I realized that my love for him was fading, so Right, I see. I never thought that you would be the kind of guy who would use such a dishonest method to try and figure out such a thing.
And I never thought you were the type to change jobs either. I thought you were more solid than that.
I mean, I was so accommodating to you when you told me that you were fired from your job. But if it was the other way around, you would have just given up on me, which is just disgusting.
What do you mean, disgusting? I have my measures too. What's wrong with measuring with that?
Ugh. That's exactly what I mean by exclamatory. I'm done with this. All right, let's break up. I don't love you anymore, Kenji.
Ugh, please do that.
I was surprised to find that the man I had loved just a few hours before was now just an object of disgust. But I still couldn't forgive him for what he had done, and I knew there was no way I could walk through life with him anymore. Bye then. After saying that, I left the money for the coffee I had ordered on the desk with a bang and went home. What was with him? That douche! I had done so much research for him, but thinking now that all of it had been for nothing made me feel so angry and miserable at the same time, and tears started to flow out. I just can't believe it. Seriously, got on my nerves. I threw all the Hello Work paper stuff I had been researching for him in the trash. A few months later, when I had totally forgotten all about my ex-boyfriend, What's this? When I got out of the bath and looked at my phone, I was surprised to find that I had about 5 missed calls. What's more, the other person is... Kenji? To my surprise, it was my ex-boyfriend Kenji, who I had completely forgotten to erase from my contact list. Why in the world would he call me this much? It's been a few months since we broke up, and I wondered if it was something serious to call me this many times, so I was about to call him back, but he called me again. What?
Oh, Kotomi! I'm so glad you answered.
As soon as I picked up the phone, Kenji started talking in a panic. Huh? What? Why are you calling so suddenly? Then Kenji...
Actually, I'm about to be fired from my job.
Even after we broke up, this man is still saying the same thing he had said back then. Are you doing this again? Just quit it. I mean, we've broken up already, alright? What are you trying to test now?
That's not it! This time, it's real! Please, Kotomi, would you come back again so you can help me?
Sorry, but you're being annoying. What are you trying to measure out this time? If I get in on this, is it for a woman who accepts the real me? Don't make me laugh. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't have a millimeter of feeling towards you anymore.
That's not it! It's really not like that!
So pesky. I hung up the phone at a random point because I knew there was no end to it. God, what was that? We're broken up. Don't come in here bluffing to me like that. I thought that, and if he calls me again, it's too much trouble, so I blocked his number from my phone. Now I thought I was completely off the hook with him. A few more weeks later. I just so happened to be flicking through my phone, and then I got a notification from a news site with a ping. Mass firings. The letters that came into my eyes were such strange words and a familiar company name. Wait, isn't this the company that Kenji was working in? The company my ex-boyfriend was working for was in financial trouble, and an article came out that said 10,000 employees were being laid off. Wow, how troubling. Hang on, which means, could it be that... Apparently, it seems his phone call the other day wasn't a bluff or anything, it was the truth. I see, so the lie becomes the truth. While I pitied him with mockery, I had been thinking that I would not pay much attention to my ex, thinking it was a fire on the other side of the river for me now. But after that day, I started getting messages on my social media from an anonymous person.
Long time no see! Can we meet up? Just for a short while? I'm sorry. I was wrong that time. I realize now that I can't do this without you, Kotomi. Please, can you start over with me?
The account name was TK. Perhaps the initials? I wasn't completely sure, but... I bet. This is Kenji. I guessed it was my ex-boyfriend based on the photos and content of his posts. He seems to have gone this far to send me an unsolicited message because he had no other way to contact me. But however, I'm sorry, I don't know who this is, but if you keep sending me these messages, I'm going to rat you out and sue you. When I sent that message, he probably got scared because I never got a DM again after that. Huh! Honestly, that's what happens when you say things that make people feel stupid. I was just shocked at what my ex said and did, but it made me realize that what you do to others comes back to you, for better or for worse. And once again, I am so glad that I didn't marry that guy.
Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time!